What's popping YouTube? Back at it again with another video for y'all, man. It's crazy, man. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe before we get into today's content. This is a very tough video for me to make, honestly, man. I feel like be a lot more transparent than this is probably my most deepest video. Let me put it to y'all like that, man. So let's get into it, man. I was gonna set this up on the tripod, but I'm gonna just do this real, do this raw, do this authentic, man. Cause I understand that I'm not the only person that maybe facing some challenges or some hard times, man. So it's just me just being open and honest, man. And maybe this video can help somebody else out, that's going through what I'm going through or whatever spectrum of hardships that you're going through. So let's get into it. Obviously you can see that using the natural lighting, y'all read the video, man, or the title I would say, is yeah, man, my lights is off. My lights been off for about, I wanna say about a little bit over six days. Just been trying to go to work. Right now I'm still working at FedEx Ground. So, it's really humbling, man, going through this, because really this kind of hardship is sharpening and molding and really taking maybe some of the things that I would deem as distractions away from me, and really, tapping into my inner self to not only bring myself up out of this kind of situation, but to understand the underlying, maybe positions that I've been kind of dragging along that finally caught up to me, as far as like whatever habits or whatever, mindset, thought processes that I went through. But just to get into it, yeah, man, lights is off. The upside is, I got 3 more work days to pretty much get through before, I get to that next check to put my lights back on, man. I gotta worry about my phone dying, charging my phone outside, things of that nature. But on the flip side, man, it, you know, I don't want to just go through all the cliches or, just saying like, hey, what won't kill you or make you stronger. But honestly, man, it just really getting away from the social media world and, really being inclined to the real world and go back to how things was, just 15 years ago, where everything wasn't so cell phone centric, you know. So with that being said, man, in this position, it had me really reevaluate a lot of maybe the people I talk to, the conversations I have, the things I do with my money, the position I'm in, the things I take for granted, and just reevaluate and really realign and recalibrate, a lot of these variables and just my whole entire life equation. So that way, not only you can find yourself out of a situation like this, but you can keep yourself out of it, and even for even bigger or more costly hardships along down the way. You want to find out a universal formula. You want to have a monopoly on, you know, just everything that has to associate with you that's within inside of your control. Whether that be the job you work, the people you keep around, the words and things you say to people, the things you say and think in general, the information that you put in your mind, like all of these things are at your grasp and in your control. So yeah, man, when you have things, when you have that comfortability and things get snatched away and taken away from you, your initial reaction is to panic or to feel as though, and it's not to downplay my situation, but when you're used to having things in a particular way for so long, and that one variable gets taken away, then it gives you a reality check, on things that you should really look at it in a deeper context. So I just say all that to say, like, you know, and really to get down to it, the point of this video is not only just to express what I'm going through, how I got to there, and what I'm trying to do to get out of it, but it's really to get down to the nitty gritty, which is to find a solution. I'm a solution person. I'm a problem solver. I'm all about the solution and moving forward. And, not so more so about the problem, but also as well, you have to understand that the problems, sometimes problems are a good thing only in this context. You never want to leave away from that space that puts you in that mindset in the first place. So when you're down, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget what it was like to go without. Don't forget the times or the positions or the things you had to go through to drive. Don't forget some of the hardships that put you in the mindset in a position to make you have that drive. Don't walk away from those things just because the conditions and circumstances that got you out of that derived you out of that, has now came into fruition, and now that you can sit up there and relax. Don't relax. Even if you do find a way out of your hardships or your situations that's challenging. And I'll just say all that to say is like, ultimately, in my perspective, to combat that, you got to know how to save, man. You got to know how to save. People may put faith and belief in this government, the politicians, the right, the left, Democrat, Republican, however you want to put it, conservative, liberal, or however you want to look at it. At the end of the day, you're going to have more impact on you than the government is. They're going to, unless you allow that power to be placed in their hands, and they're not going to dictate what you have and what you don't have. But ultimately, it's up to you on what you save, what you spend your money on, not allowing exterior influences, social pressure, to dictate the way you perceive what's valuable and what's invaluable. Don't let things like that mold you and shape you and, influence you to make decisions just so that the ones that are around you are comfortable. You got to live for you first, far as when it comes down to in comparison to your social life or your family life or everything of that nature. You feel me? So, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be all right, man. I ain't sweating it now. The first couple of days, I can't lie, I was in a somewhat of a depression. And, so some of those that may be watching that may know me, they may not just hear it right now of what I'm going through, which is fine. But ultimately, man, I just want to have this video, man, just so that, anybody that's going through something that's challenging, man, you don't feel like there's a way out or a beacon of light, man. All I can say is keep your head up. And yes, most people, when they go through hardships, they look at the problem and be like, well, I gotta change all the things that I'm doing wrong. Granted, yeah, I feel like in theory you want to change the things that you're doing wrong, but if you never implement the things that you need to be doing right, then those things that you're doing wrong are only going to carry over and manifest itself into a different form of letting you down or setting you back and things of that nature. So yes, it's okay to correct yourself and be critical and to realign and recalibrate things, but also as well, you need to also understand that the right kind of good and enough amount of the good will always outweigh the bad. Good always conquers, the bad, so good always conquers evil, or however you want to put it, so I just say all that to say, yes, it's important to identify the problem and never to leave that place that puts you in that mindset, because your darkest moments, a part of that is your reality. People don't care. People don't feel sorry for you. People won't go out their way and help. People won't empathize. All they got is 2 cents and trying to act like there's some kind of life coach or advisor or something like that, man. So when you're going through stuff, it's best not even to tell people, bruh. Just just stay locked in. But don't be distracted. Don't take advice from other people because people ain't gonna feel for you for the way you feel for yourself. Don't listen to anybody. Okay. And I'll say all that to say, man, is make sure you saving, man. Don't it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you take. So you can make a certain amount, but if you're not spending it right, it doesn't matter. You feel me? If you're not spending it at all and you have a formula, you have a system, and stop telling everybody about your success like they're gonna be happy for you. Because what I found out in my experience of life, that jealousy and envy is more common than genuine, true friendships. Don't let nobody else tell you different. They may be living in a different kind of climate or perspective of life, but don't let nobody else tell you different, because the real that is exposed to real situations is not getting coddled in you know uh having certain conditions. They won't be able to empathize and see that reality that you uh living out. So don't expect everybody to relate to you. Okay. With that being said, man, like I said, make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe, man. uh I'm gonna stay optimistic, man. I'm gonna try to get through this, drop more content for y'all, man. Went away. But with that being said, I'm up out of here, man. Y'all make sure y'all hold it in, man. Also another thing, man, as far as like the economy and stuff, that's why I just say, like, this is just, you know, what's yet to come. You feel me? If you're researching it, I'm not gonna say anything specific, but come across certain information, you understand what's going around in the world. And all I can say is, man, just be smart. Try to stay ahead of the curve and keep your head up, man. That being said, thanks for watching. I'm up out of here.